I think it's time I answer the question. You guys have been asking me for a very long time to do a lesson on this question. Is the United States of America an oligarchy? I'm going to get the board. You guys get your notepad. In all fairness, you guys not really asking. You're more just assuming. But we should do the lesson. Bigger piece of chalk for those who are annoyed by the tiny piece of chalk I had last time. Is the U.S. an oligarchy? It's not centered. Hold on. There we go. An oligarchy, different from a dictatorship or a democracy, allows a very small group of individuals to wield significant economic, military, and governmental power. This particular brand of wealth concentration oligarchy has been called a plurocracy, having nothing to do with Pluto or why that was kicked out of the whole little family of planets. Because I am not a biased educator. What? I'm not biased. We're going to go through the arguments for and against. Arguments that say the United States is leaning towards being an oligarchy, and arguments that say, no, not at all, Joanna, you're crazy. Arguments for. Number 1, influential elites. In the United States, it is crystal clear that who you are matters. It matters if you have money, it matters if you have connections, it matters if you have celebrity status. All of these things determine that the average citizen of the United States is much lower on the influential perspective when it comes to politics and money in the United States. Psst. And I think that reality is played on a lot when they try to convince the average person, your vote doesn't matter, stay at home, watch Big Brother. Number 2, wealth concentration. The top 1% of people, 1% in the United States, control 30% of the country's wealth. And this one's gonna hit harder. The bottom 50%. 50% of the country only has accumulated 2.5% of the nation's wealth. And that concentration of power, either with tech billionaires, multi-billion-dollar corporations, or individuals who own, I don't know, all the media. Larry, I'm talking about you. And number 3, policy favoritism. Canada spells it with a U. That's not the point of this TikTok. Policies favor the rich. Nobody can argue with that one, right? Lower tax brackets, deregulated business interests. It is to serve the wealthy. The government makes policy to service those people. And why? Because of number 4, campaign finance. The entire electoral system of the United States of America relies heavily on campaign donations to get people elected, and once they're elected, they owe favors. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to believe this. You don't even need to be a conspiracy theorist to understand what money buys you. How much do you think I need to donate to get a favor? All right, I'm going to do the against arguments now. Arguments against. Number 1, you still have the democratic process. Regular election, freedom of the press, freedom of speech, civil liberties, freedom of the press, all of these things still exist for the time being in the United States of America. Number 2, political competition. Psst, have you found my spelling mistake yet? Power does change hands. It does shift from economic and social policies from different Democratic and Republican governments. Every once in a while, you even throw a third party in there just to mess up the entire framework. Having said that, George Washington did say that political parties were going to absolutely destroy democracy in the United States, but who's counting? Number 3, regulatory power. Government has the power to actually break up monopolies and trusts. In fact, one of my favorite presidents of all time, Teddy Roosevelt, made it his mission to diminish the power of the corporation. I wonder if he ever met the Ellison family. Number 4, economic innovation. The high concentration of tech wealth can sometimes flood massive innovations on the market that change everything, creating a whole new world. Did you see that robot Melania walked out? Is that the innovation they're talking about? After reviewing all the facts objectively, I think we can safely say the United States is leaning hard to becoming an oligarch. We are so far leaning that we need scaffolding to hold us up from tipping over, just like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. The question is, how do we stop the collapse? Or do we just shove the whole thing over and hope for the best to rebuild out of the rubble? What's our first step? I think the first step is clear. This. We are the democratic process. We are the masses. And if you wield that level of power, no matter who those few wealthy individuals are, they will shake in their boots and they will collapse. Do you think I should do the French Revolution yet, just to show how it's all done? Okay.